Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, very good. Okay. Well, praise the Lord. Hallelujah. And thank you, Jesus. It's around that time right here on KAZ Radio. We have one of my most favorite shows, Sisters of Leisure with Tracey and Michele. Take it away, sisters.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tracey, and I'm just one part of Sisters of Leisure, where we are living every day and seeking understanding real events. Hold on, Michele. And I just want to say to all the parents, congratulations on allowing this summer to be great and those kids going back to school and getting that education. I am so happy for you all that the kids are back in school, they're getting their education, and you can have the house to yourself for a little while. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. And I think she's frozen. Anyway, I'm Michele, the little sister. And you know what? I met this young lady who's on today in a retreat, and we were able to get some healing. We were able to just kind of tap into ourselves. And she did a beautiful segment of our retreat on the healing through laughter. And then I was able to meet her again. And as she discussed with us the importance of our confidence in social media, Charly Ford, the CEO of Charly Ford Entertainment LLC. She is a writer, a producer. She does improv master. She's an improv master. She's I thought it was cute. You said a edu trainer and a coach. And so, Charly, thank you for coming on Sisters of Leisure. And just tell us a little bit about what it is you do and who you are.
Thank you. Thank you so much, little sister Michele and big sister Tracey. Thank you, KAZ Radio TV, for having me as well. Yes, I did meet you at the fabulous healing retreat where I brought the power of laughter to that retreat. I know you ladies have been crying and burning stuff and praying through things. So I felt it proud to bring laughter. Shout out to our sister Dora Chambers. So that's what I did at that retreat. My whole goal in life really is just to remind people. I work with women particularly, but just to remind anyone who I come into encounter with that it's okay to smile. It's okay to breathe easy, let it go and let it flow. So I feel that my main purpose in life is just to remind people to live the fullest, laugh as often as possible, and love always. Something about what I do, I help business women to build their confidence when it comes to their speaking, performance, presentation, and pitching, whether it be with their sales, service, products, and or just being their authentic selves. Or your authentic self is whoever you show up to be at that time. So that's just a little bit about what I do in that realm. I also edutain people through the power of entertainment and education. Whenever I'm hosting, I like to always just throw in entertainment as I educate the people on whatever subject we're there to talk about. So that's just a smidget about who I am and what I'm doing.
I mean, because that's important, you know, Charly, because, you know, we're in a time where everything is social media, everything is really taking people out of their comfort zone and putting people in the forefront if they, you know, in order to make money or to sell a product. Like with this is, everyone is having this exposure to this social media. So tell us a little bit about confidence and why it's so important to have in social media.
Well, you're absolutely right. I think that the media have taken the socialism out of social media because everyone is aspiring to be someone else or look like someone else. So I think the main important part that I like to drive home when it comes to the importance of being confident is just to remember who you are. That right there will really ignite your confidence in a way because you're not imitating anyone. You're not imagining yourself to be something or someone that you're not. So the importance, my main takeaway, my main nugget, and that's something I've taken away from that, is to just remain who you are, show up as you are, throw perfectionism out the window. And when you procrastinate, is you basically saying, I don't have what it takes right now to give the people my message or my story. And most of the times, if not always, your story should always shed light on God's glory in your life and how he's using you, how he's developing you, how he's growing you, how he's gifted you to give to other people. So confidence in social media can be tricky because we got so many things and people that we're trying to measure up to, but really all we have to do is just remember who God made us to be.
I absolutely love your statement, because it is important to be authentic. It's no fun when you're trying to measure, like you said, measure up to someone else. It's like, that doesn't really look too good. You know what I mean? So to be yourself, and when you said get perfection out of it, I love that, because not everybody speaks, you know, everything's great, whatever. Everybody, I have a lisp. Sometimes I get tongue tied, sometimes I say words that's different from others, tomato. I do that. So you just have to appreciate who you are authentically and not worry about anything else.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And thank you, Tracey. Just use it. Use it whenever you think it's pressure. Remember that pressure only comes from your own self thinking that it has to be a certain way. And you said that you had speech impediments. I did, and I still do. I used to stutter really, really badly, as I shared at the last women's conference that we were at. I used to stutter really, really badly. So I would detour the attention to me making jokes. So it just so happened that I was able to mesh my love for laughter, because it was a cover up for a long time, that allowed me to hide my weakness. But then when I became aware of it, I got help with it. And then I grabbed the bull by the horns and I did that thing. And now I'm showing other women how to overcome their fears that they have when it comes to public speaking and just showing up, because you're never going to get it all the way right. But who knows? And who cares? And who gonna say something to you about it? Nobody.
Well, see, it is a lot of pressure, because, I am, and Charlie, you already know, my sister knows this, to me, it's social media. Everything has to look a certain way. Everything has to be a certain way in order for people, to me, to take you serious, to take you as a professional, to take you as an educator. And so it's just like, well, how do you, as a person who doesn't look like everybody else on social media, kind of get that out of your mind, that you don't have to look a certain way or be in a certain environment in order to be, taken seriously or to look at as a professional, because it can get kind of crazy out here in these social media streets.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just say, I know this is your show, Charly Ford. I'm sorry, but I just want to tell my sister, just do it. Be uncomfortable and just do it. There's no look. Stop the social media. Social media what? Just do it. That's it. It's going to be uncomfortable. But if you just go forth and do it, I think that, and you keep doing it, it gets a little bit easier. You get more of a passion and a joy out of doing what you're doing.
Yeah. So how did you do it, Charlie? Like, what, you just kept going on social media? Like, what made you just do coaching or, improv or producing? Like, what started your path?
First of all, Tracey, that's exactly what I tell my clients. You got to do it afraid. There is no such thing as eliminating all fear, because when you overcome one fear, another one's going to come, right? First, you had a fear of swimming, and then you had a fear that a shark was going to get you, right? Like, what's the odds of it really coming true is the question, right?
Yeah.
First, you had a fear of riding a bike, and then you had a fear of falling, and then you fell, and then you had a fear of getting hit by a bus. Like, what is the, how, like, is it really going to happen? Because that's why I asked you, who knows that you messed up? Who cares that you messed up? And who's going to say something that you messed up, right? So the one thing that I would like to offer anybody, and especially you, Michele, forget the background noise.
Yeah.
Forget the background, right? Forget the background noise, because before it was social media, you remember going into those offices that was junky to get your taxes done? That didn't stop you from seeing the tax professional that knew the numbers.
Yes.
Right? You know, you could always remember them having all that stuff on top of their desk. Or remember when you got in a car accident and you went to go see a lawyer. Their desk was a mess. That don't mean that they're not professional, but you there because you know that they got information and education that you don't have.
Yes.
So chances are, with 8 billion people in the world, you can at least reach 80 of them. And who's to say that 80 people is not a good target market? Because when I started my improv show, I started in a small lounge that only sat about 40 people. I did that consistently. Confidence is a consistent practice. I did that consistently every month, and I practice with my troupe every single week. So I'm building my own muscle in the gym by myself. Sometimes I need a spotter, which is a witness, somebody to make sure I'm safe, right? You got a spotter. God gonna continue to guide you. Long as you do what he put on your heart to do, say what he put in your mouth to say, and not try to be somewhere or someone else, then you'll be able to do it. Another thing that really, really helped me is that keeping those promises to myself. Yeah. Because that's really where the true self-confidence lies. If you say, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to call 5 people a day in my business, but you don't do it, that weakens your confidence right there alone. Because your confidence is not for other people to say, oh, she's confident. The confidence is for you to believe and to build and to continue show up for the people who are looking for you. I wouldn't be here without your invitation.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think sometimes we get afraid of what someone is going to say, when you do call, like, oh, hi, this is such a, it's like, what are they going to say? But they're probably waiting. They've been waiting. Sometimes you just have to pick up the phone and say, hey, how you been? I know we haven't seen you in a while. And then go with whatever you need to go with. Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
I you know what? I can appreciate this conversation because as we, as business owner, as women, we get so hung up on the judgment of others. And I'm just now learning this process that it really doesn't make a difference. Just my journey is my journey within me and who I am. And normally I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought, like if it didn't get the stamp of approval from everybody, it was not gonna happen. It was not valid. It wasn't important. It wasn't something I should be doing if you didn't tell me, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So
that's another thing, Michele. That's a good word you just brought up. That validation. Mm-hmm. Like, who are you seeking to validate you besides your Father who art in heaven? Like we even go so far to put off our own dreams and goals, waiting on our spouses or our partners or our mothers or our fathers to say, good job.
Yeah.
But all you really got to do is do what you've been told to do, what you've been called to do, and live in your true purpose, which is your true gift. Your confidence is going to shift from day to day. I don't always show up the most confident, but when I push through, I break through.
Yes.
And when I break through, I'm pulling somebody else out.
Mm-hmm. I get that. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So I see, I do, we are social media friends. And so I see that you do emceeing and, that's an important piece to any gathering, is for people to have someone to bring in the ideas, to bring in the entertainment, to bring in the fun. Have you ever had an opportunity? Like, how is that going? How much pressure is that to be the one to keep the party going?
It's not any pressure at all. It's actually one of my most favorite things to do. Like, before the pandemic, I was hosting and entertaining before I started coaching. I had to pivot my entertainment and confidence business to coaching because I couldn't be in front of hundreds of people on stage and show them the confidence. So people were reaching out to me, asking me to help them build their confidence. Because of course, after the pandemic, we still got to get back out and socialize. So to answer your question, hosting is one of my most easiest things to do. Like, I literally can make up anything at the drop of a dime. I really am an usherer of energy. I like to call myself the energy elevator. Like, if it needs to come down, I could bring it down. If it needs to go up, I could bring it up. So, like, when you ask how hard is it to get people together, it's so easy. Like, I could go into a place and not even be paid to host, and by like, I literally was just on a boat party last weekend, and let me tell whoever's listening, your DJ is not the host.
Okay.
Your DJ is not the.
Oh, wait a minute. We can't hear you, Charlie. Yeah, I can't hear you. No. We can't hear you. I can't hear you. Oh, man.
Is your car on?
So while she's working on figuring that out, she was saying, I get that. When she said the DJ is not the host,
right?
I totally understand it, because when we were at the She's So Selfish event with Ashley, she had a young lady there that was keeping everybody going, that was keeping the mood, keeping the energy high. And I so respect that.
Yes. I mean, she knew how, she jumped in. It's like she monitored the room and was able to pick up something and throw it down to everybody for laughs, kicks, and giggles at the drop of a hat. And you got to be that person, especially when you're hosting a party. You have got to be that person. You got to be ready.
Yeah. And so, like, you know what? And that's a gift.
Yes.
Like, some people think, like, I know I've always thought that, a gift is something that, I can sing, or is art, something that you can, but in all actuality, being able to improv, being able to be witty on the spot, that's a gift. Yeah. That is a true gift to be able to do that.
Oh, she said a letter in. So, today I went to the store and I just happened to see a lady. She was bald. And she said, hey, beautiful. I mean, it just happened just like that. So John was like, you know her? I'm like, no. We hugged and kissed and everything. I mean, you just matched, that energy just matched.
Yes.
The moment we saw each other,
I wonder if Larry stepped away.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah, he probably could have.
Yeah. So sometimes it's just, people just want to be treated with love, treated kindly,
Yeah.
And a lot of times I feel like we be in the way of our own selves.
Yeah.
And we have to definitely learn how to get out the way.
Yeah.
And trust God, like she was saying. Because when you trust God and allow God to do it, He gonna guide you through the rest. It ain't gonna be so hard.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta flip. Yeah. Yeah.
You're on mute now.
Yeah. Yeah, you're upside down. Like,
yeah. So Charly, I hope we can hear you now, because I was really wanting you to get into that. Your DJ is not your MC.
Okay, can you hear me?
yes.
We can hear you, so that's good.
Okay, can you see me?
Yes.
We can see you. You're frozen, but that's okay.
Okay.
Let's keep on going. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, one thing that people always budget for, they'll pay all the money in the world for the DJ and then have a little bit of money left over for a host. But I feel that the host is the first thing you should hire, because you can play your own music. Pandora got you. Like, really, on some real stuff, people will not put a host in. I don't care how small the gathering. Your people need to be led. Your people need to be fed, and your people need to be read. And how do you do that? You lead them by giving them the information that you need, highlighting and spotlighting the people and the different people that you hire. So you're feeding them, you're telling them when dinner's ready, you're telling them who's going up for dinner, you're telling them about activities, right?
Yeah.
And you're engaging your audience. That's a very important piece that people miss when it comes to giving gatherings. You ever been to a gathering where people all on their phone, or you got a couple people that know each other, but the other people are strangers?
Yeah.
That's why people need a host. So those are the things that I do. I entertain, I educate, and I engage, because the person that's throwing the event, they need time to enjoy the event.
Yeah.
And when you hire a host, you can enjoy the event, you can meet new people, you can connect new people, you can take pictures, you can dance, you can actually eat and drink and not worry about getting on the mic, stumbling and mumbling, or having your super excited friend host who's just gonna be on there saying, hey, okay, hey, yeah, and that's all they do.
You know what?
Me, when I host, I get to it. I be like, I see you, girl. I love them earrings. I love your hair, girl. Yes, you with the glitter shoes. Show me how Dorothy got to the Wizard of Oz. Like, I'm making it, a show encompassed in an event where everybody feels like they're together.
I love that. Because like with me and Tracey was like, that's a gift. That's a gift. Some people think of a gift as, being able to verbally sing or to be able to have art, but to be able to engage people in your conversation, to bring them in, to, like you said, to lead them. That is a gift. That's a true gift. And I love that. That's good stuff.
Especially if it's a room of strangers. By the time the night is over, everybody like, this was lit. I'm so happy I came to this party.
Yeah.
It brings them all together too at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I went to a gathering not too long ago, and they had the DJ, because he was just DJ, he was quiet, right? He didn't want to say nothing to nobody. But this guy, he grabbed the microphone, and then he was able to, like you said, bring everybody on the dance floor. He was dancing. He had a good time. He was over here with these ladies and over here, like he was all over the place, and it was just a good time because he made it extra special.
Yeah, that is my favorite part. Really hearing people at the end of the night saying, that host introduced me to this person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it went out again.
Yeah, it went out again.
Just one of those days.
But I want to ask, it's a fun job. That's one of them things that, you probably feel like you ain't never have to work a day in your life if you're doing something like that, right? Exactly. And I know that probably pays really well. Yeah.
And I wanted to ask, about, when a person asks her to help them with confidence, what does that really look like? Do they have them do some type of activity, some type of homework to kind of do and then come back and they meet up, and then they can kind of pull some things out to where they can connect and learn to really let go of some things, get out of the way, get out their own head so they can start progressing to whatever it is they're trying to do.
Yeah. Because it does take practice with anything. And you know what, and I had to learn this because, you know, as a business owner, you and I, you know, any other time this would freak me out. This would freak me out. I would be totally freaking out. But at the end of the day, when you build your confidence, when you love what you do, when you the conversation that's going back and forth is something that you naturally love to do. But that takes time to be able to develop that. So yeah, I'm sure, like, it took me reading. It took me to read some books.
Yes.
And to get a coach to tell me what to read to be able to help me, you know, build my confidence to even do the basics.
You see, I just like to talk. I love to talk. Like, I do read a little bit.
Yeah.
But I enjoy talking. I love communicating with other people, especially like-minded people, you know, to get that connection. And it always just works out. You're on mute.
After these commercial breaks.
Yeah.
We just had a quick word from our sponsor. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, but Tracey was saying, what do you do to help people with confidence?
So what I do is I give them tips, tools, and exercises that we work through. First, I help them tap into their mental awareness and deconstruct all of their doubts, pick apart their fears, and remind them of how bad they really are. Like good, bad, you know?
Yeah.
So I remind them of how really good they are. We work together during basically asking them questions to gain more awareness of where their stumbling blocks are. And I also implement different strategies and techniques that help them do it afraid, right? Even if you don't get over that fear, I assist you with doing it afraid. So for instance, one of my clients who's the youngest Black hotel female owner. She's a Black young female hotel owner. She has multiple hotels, and she's teaching people how to acquire hotels because Black people are 2% of hotels owners. Black women are 1%. So she's in the 1%. So she's helped people to do that. She saw me actually on an improv stage and asked me, do you do improv classes? I said, yes, I do workshops. She said, I want one-on-one. I said, oh, confidence coaching it is. Worked with her. Her very first session, she had on a Little Mermaid shirt. I asked her, so since I'm a master of improv, I take my time to really evaluate the energy of where these people are, where you're at and what you have already. She had on this Little Mermaid shirt. I asked her, what's the significance of this movie? She told me. We were in the office building. We had to go outside because I made up an exercise and told her to sing as if she's Little Mermaid. I'm Ursula trying to take her voice. You remember that scene? When she was like, ooh, ooh. And I had her do that. That was our very first exercise. And she had so much fun doing it. So I remind you to have fun. Another thing. And she took off with that. And then after that, I discovered that Beyonce was another superpower of hers. So when she got to these stages, she would play theme music and actually go out. And one time she told me she was in Vegas and she killed it. She said, I was so proud of myself. I went out there dancing. So she was able to formulate her story. That's another thing I help them do. I help them to get their story to where it's relatable, to where we're touching on things that's going to touch your audience, either in an emotional, educational, entertainment, environmental, or experiential type of way. Right?
Very nice. Well,
yeah. So
I'm sorry, Charlie. We got like 2 more minutes, maybe 1.5. You got to let people know how to get in contact with you so people can contact you for your services.
Definitely contact me at workwithcoachcharly.com. I also have, that's Charlie with the Y, no I, no E. On Instagram, I'm Coach Charly, CHARLY Speaks. I'm also on Facebook as Charly Ford, on Facebook business page, Work with Coach Charly. And you can hire me for hosting, coaching, and or workshops for corporate companies and groups to just bring whatever it is that you need to bring, because I do improvisation to the fullest, to where I'm serving your needs and I weave in my edutainment